Welcome back to my channel, guys. This is going to be a slightly different video today. I thought let's do a little get ready with me. I'm going to the theatre with my mum and sister today and my friend and her mum. This was a Mother's Day present. We're going to be watching the Tina Turner musical. So I just thought, let me get ready with you guys. I'm going to try and do it with slightly different lighting today because obviously, as you know, the light in my apartment is very bright. So I've had to close the blinds in this room just so that it's not as bright. But let's hope it goes to plan. Okay, hopefully this lighting is a little bit more stable than having the natural sunlight come in. I'm just going to go straight in because I'm on a time limit and get this makeup done. So it's always a decision of what do I want to wear out. And I don't always love wearing a thick foundation on an evening. I have already got my By Terry's Sunny Flash. These are the CC serums. I used to use this back in the day and then I got given a sample and I thought, let's retry it. It is gorgeous. It is just a very bronzed colour. They do like 5 other shades now, so it's really good, but very nice glowy tint if you want something without makeup or if you want to use it as a base before makeup. Now it's the decision of what base. So I'm thinking between Haus and Caia. And Caia I used recently on my Instagram and TikTok. So I actually think I'm going to go in with this because it's a really lightweight tint, but with a really nice soft glow. And this is the new shade range. So this is the shade 30N. Before I had 30W. So this is a more neutral shade. It's so funny when you take things out of natural light, how different they look. So this is really glowy. They are called the Dewy drops. So it kind of says it in the name. And this is, my vibe lately is just a glowy, dewy skin that looks so fresh. Using, once again, my Caia, I think this is the F13. Yeah, F13 foundation brush. It works so nicely. You can see a bit better on this side. I love this apartment so much, and all I've ever wanted is an apartment with pure sunlight coming in through every room, but I didn't think that it would actually be a bit difficult with filming, so it makes my filming days a little bit less smooth sailing. Right, we've got a really nice hydrated glow. So for concealer, I'm going to be using my trusty Huda Beauty Flow Filter. This is the shade Graham Cracker. I do find that on top of a tint, when I want to look a little bit more glam, this is working really nicely. I absolutely love the Vive concealers. I think they're called the Modern Radiance. Yeah, Modern Radiance Concealer by Vive is also so beautiful, but because I just want a little bit more, I don't really know, to be honest. They're both full coverage and they're both great staying power, so I don't have a reason as to why I'm using my Huda, but I want to use it, so here we are. I'm just much preferring having a foundation that is not as heavy on me and then just blending in my concealer over the top. I'll just come a little bit closer so you can see. I'm just using the same foundation brush just so that it's a lot easier to blend. I'll use a smaller one around the eyes, but I forgot to go in here. I did contour my lips and I can't bear not having that contoured. It makes me feel human again. So yeah, my brows are freshly laminated on Monday, which means I don't actually need to use my brow gel to slick them into place. I'm using, again, my Sigma F03. I really love this brush for concealer. It's just like a little kind of domey, fluffy brush. Softly blending out and around into that brow bone. I don't love concealing my eyelid, as you all know. And just bringing in a little bit more lip contour. I really struggle without any lip liner or contour on my lips with seeing how the outcome will be. So like I said, I don't like too much concealer on the eyelid, purely because it makes the whole look a lot more done. Obviously going to bring my eyes back out by using some bronzer. I'm literally talking so much crap today. I know that I'm going to end up cutting out a lot from this video because it's actually just pointless. It's not valid or valuable. In the same brush I used to contour my lips, which is purely out of laziness. This is such an old MAC brush. This is the 217, but very battered brush. A lot of my brushes are really well loved. Just gonna spread that onto the eyelid because my thing lately is I'm actually not loving how my eyelids look at the moment. I don't know what it is, but I just go through stages of hating a certain shape on myself. The aim of the game is to keep my eyes looking snatched and lifted. Obviously, I just want them to look kind of more lifted and snatched. What I've realised is just how much you start to see yourself or enjoy makeup differently with age. I'm all about the glow, guys. It's just, that's me. I really love looking glam, but I also like looking effortless. So it's kind of finding that's that kind of little halfway in between of feeling glamorous, but also not looking like you're constantly overdone or, yeah. Just filling in my brows with my MAC. These are the Pro Brow Definer pencils. This one is the shade Spiked, and it is my absolute favourite brow product at the moment. Just makes things so easy. Just one product and a brow gel if you need it. Obviously with Lamy, I don't need it. But because it's such a fine pencil, it just means you can draw in the hairs, basically. Gonna do a little bit of brown liquid liner just to lift and snatch the eyes. These are the Too Faced Better Than Sex liners. They're so easy to apply. And they stay on so well. And again, my aim of the game is to lift the eye. So I do lift that wing slightly more than the actual eye shape goes. If I was to follow that bottom lash line, it would be more kind of here, whereas I want to lift that. So we're going up. I will say I learnt this trick from analysing and really looking at Nikki Makeup's looks that she does. I don't know if you follow or have heard of Nikki Makeup. She is on Instagram and she does a lot of kind of like high-end, high-profile clients and Vogue, things like that. She has been one of my top kind of inspirations for a while. I noticed that when she did her liquid liner on people, she would always lift the eye so that the eye looked really lifted and snatched, as opposed to following the shape that was already there. I used to always do my liner and follow the shape from the bottom lash line, which is also absolutely fine to do. It was just that I wanted to kind of alter the way my eyes looked and give them that more lifted, I think it was called fox eye at one point, but yeah, it also gives me a softer look overall. So right, we're gonna go in with Sweed Pro Lash Lift Mascara in the shade Dark Brown. I really love the dark brown at the moment. I just think it's enough for what I want most of the time. But what I've been doing for anything that's more evening is doing the dark brown and then going in with the black at the root of the lashes, just so that I get the extra depth and definition. I'm also going through a little in-between stage with my lashes. I always use Revita Lash. This is my absolute go-to. But I've been hearing a lot about Nano Brow. I think it's called Nano Brow or Nano Lash. They do lash and brow serums. Molly May has raved about it and quite a few others have. So I went to get my brows done the other day and my brow lady, Alex, was kind enough to gift me a Nano Brow and Lash serum. So I'm going to be trying them, I think, soon because my Revita Lash is about to end. And every time it's coming to an end, you can see I get like gaps in my lashes where there's kind of like regrowth, but then fallout, like a little shed. So you can see here I've got some really long lashes and then some are just really short in between. Gonna be honest, guys, nothing has ever beat Revita Lash for me. It's been my absolute favourite for years, so I am a bit nervous about trying something different. You can see this is the Sweed Pro Lash Lift Mascara in dark brown, and then I am going to use the exact same in black, just at the root of the lashes to add a bit of depth and definition. So you can see that just gives that little bit more. A little bit of brown mascara on the bottom lashes. So this is the Haus Glassy Blush Balm in the shade Glassy Pomelo, I think it is. Yeah. So this has been my day-to-day blusher. I probably would normally go, if this was like a proper night out, I would probably go a little bit darker with the blusher, a bit more of a kind of more terracotta kind of colour. Bronze with my Caia BB stick in the shade 50W. Just also using this on my nose. Obviously this colour is quite a caramelly tone, so anyone who wants to do actual contouring would use something more cool tone than this, but I quite like having it as a little bit more of a bronzy tone. It's like butter. It just melts into the skin and you really don't have to do too much. This is why I love these for kind of quick days. They really do just look so subtle and natural on the skin. Someone in the comments, please tell me if you have a favourite side of your face, because I used to think I didn't, but actually I've realised this side of my face is so much more flattering than this side. Like, it's like two different people. My jawline, my nose, everything looks so different on one side. But, of course, we overanalyze our own faces and, yeah. Just letting you all know that you're not alone and we all do it. This is a very much loved Fenty Beauty peanut butter lip liner. It's just a really nice, literally peanut buttery caramel shade. Let's do this. Okay, how beautiful is that lip colour? I'm gonna powder. I know it feels backwards because I've just lined my lips, but it's just one thing I can't look at my face without. The powder I'm gonna use is the Tatcha Silk Powder. As most of you know, I don't know actually if I've even mentioned this on YouTube that much, but I was absolutely obsessed with the Givenchy Prisma Libra powders, and they were like heaven and exactly what I think a powder should be. They were silky, hydrating, they looked buttery, they smoothed over everything but didn't make you look like you were dry. They had a very fine bit of shimmer in them, which is the same as this, but not in a way that grabbed on any areas and made you look glowy. I don't know why they reformulated it. Well, I know why, because they took the talc out of it. But whatever they did to reformulate it, they added too much of a shimmer to it, too much of a metallic glow, and the powder is just not the same. So I've been on the search for a powder similar to Givenchy ever since, and I think that this Tatcha powder may be up there with very similar. It is very finely milled. It's really lightweight and really hydrating, and it has a very soft glow to it, as you can see, but this is the only shade that they do. It's just a translucent, a one shade is meant to suit all powder, and unfortunately it will not suit all. And to be honest, this is the first time I'm looking at it on camera, and it doesn't actually look as good as I thought it was going to look, so that's telling me a lot. The other powder that I've been experimenting with in my kit is actually the Hourglass powder, loose translucent powder, and that has been working absolute wonders on people. So I think the winner will be Hourglass, because at least there's 3 shades to choose from as opposed to 1. But yeah, I really miss Givenchy, and Givenchy actually had like 6 different shades that worked for everyone. So I'm just gutted, basically. I really hope that they have taken in everyone's feedback and reformulated to have the exact same texture as the old one, because I understand that once you change ingredients, it's impossible to kind of get that exact texture, but it's needed, guys, it's needed. So just to make it clear, if this was me doing makeup for just a day-to-day, I wouldn't be wearing powder. So this is already one step up for my day-to-day, because I've done liner, I've done shadow under the eyes, I've done lip liner. But because I've powdered the rest of the face, I now want to go in with powder bronzer and just kind of bring it all in together. So I am going to use my Caia Glow Bronzer, because I don't want to take away from that kind of glowy shine. Once I finish the makeup, I will show you it in natural light, because again, it will look different in pure sunlight, in natural light, but I want you to see it in all. And again, this is really still user-friendly. I don't want you to feel intimidated by what I'm doing. Obviously, I understand the liquid liner is always a difficult one. Just to keep that glow to the cheeks, I am actually just gonna layer on top of that with the same blush. I don't want to take away from that glassy cheek, and the beauty of this blusher is it kind of does 2 in 1. Just going to get a little bit on my nose as well, and then where I powdered, because there's a little bit of a difference here, we just need to make sure that all blends nicely. So like I said, this powder still gives me a glow. It's not showing up on camera as nicely as it does in person. Okay, let's just finish off my lips with the Fenty. These are the Gloss Bomb Stix, and this is a shade Tulip Kiss. It's been my ultimate at the moment. Right, I'm just gonna go back into my hair. Coming back to life. Yay! So annoying, because I want it to stay like this. But anyway, hair is done. Let's choose our outfit. Jeans are creased, but they will decrease. This top by Abagavelli. This is actually my friend's brand. I'm just going to show you the back, because this is what I fell in love with. It's a really thick, amazing quality material. Quite like a box fit, and I've got my New Look jeans on. These were years ago, and they've got like the crisscross detail, really flattering. I think Zara sells a pair a bit like this now. These are creased, but they will decrease in a minute. My cool Kurt Geiger, are they Kurt Geiger biker boots, and I'm probably just gonna, as always, put my massive coat on. My styling is so varied. Like, I really like cool, kind of like artsy, quirky bits like this. I love baggy fits, But then I also love being really girly at times. Like I really love the back of this tee. So now I've got a little bit of layering going on. We've got a plain gold hoop, cool little top, a good pair of jeans. Ideally, I want to wear a darker colour pair of jeans. Basically, I don't fit into any of the darker shades of jeans. Here is the makeup in complete sunlight, daylight. You can see what I mean about that powder. It still gives a really nice glow. And everything else just gets washed out when you see it in pure sunlight, but still looks really nice and natural. I hope you've enjoyed this style of YouTube video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment and share. None of this goes unnoticed. I'm so grateful for you guys who are consistent in watching. I will leave it at that and I will see you next time.